वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय
Namaskar, sir. Thank you so much.
ಇವತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಜನತೆಗೆ ಹುಸ್ನಾ ಸೇಟ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಪರಿಚಯ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಅವರು ಲಿಮಿಟೆಡ್ ಎಡಿಷನ್ ಸಂಸ್ಥೆಯ ಮಾಲೀಕರು. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಅನೇಕ ಜನ ಹೆಣ್ಣು ಮಕ್ಕಳು ಇವರಿಂದ ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿ ಪಡೆಯುತ್ತಾರೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮ್ಮ ಉದ್ದೇಶ. ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಎಲ್ಲ ಯುವತಿಯರು ಇವರಿಂದ ಪಾಠವನ್ನು ಕಲಿತು ಇವರ ಜೀವನ ಸಾಧನೆಯನ್ನು ಗಮನಿಸಿ ಒಂದು ಸ್ಫೂರ್ತಿಯನ್ನು ಪಡೆಯಲಿ ಎಂಬುದು ನಮ್ಮ ಆಶಯ.
Namaskar. Thank you so much, sir. Ellargu namaskara. Thank you.
Today we have Husna Sait,
Namaskara.
the limited edition owner with us. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Welcome to my house.
Yeah, thank you.
It's nice to have you all here.
It's a good house.
It's a pleasure to have you all here. And as I was telling you before that I really thank Acharya Guruji for giving the entrepreneurs of Bangalore an opportunity and a chance to tell our stories of how our journeys have been over a period. And as I was telling you also early, that being a woman entrepreneur is one of the most difficult jobs.
It's not
Pleasure having you here. Pleasure having you home. And thank you for giving me a chance to tell people how my journey has been. As I hope my journey will inspire a lot of other women and girls. And I hope we have a future of more upcoming budding entrepreneurs like you. I have been asking you, would you like to be an entrepreneur? And I'm sure, I hope I inspire you to start your own work. And you need to ask me now, what do you want to know about me? And
So how was your journey?
it has been a journey of being an entrepreneur from the past 24 years. I got married when I was 18 and I joined the family business, which was clothing. And after 10 years of being in the family business, I decided I wanted to start something of my own. So it was initially very scary because coming from sheltered families where you always have a house and somebody is always paying you money and somebody is always taking care of your expenses, and then to start something on your own, there's so many challenges. There are like lots of challenges. You really want to do something different. You want to make a change. You just have so many thoughts onto your head as to what you wanted to do. But I was always very artistic, even as a child. I would just take things and make something out of it. I would take paper and I would take pencils and I would draw and I would paint and even in school days I think I always knew that I wanted to do something different with my life. And when the thought of starting my own studio came, the first thing I wanted to do was clothes, because I loved clothes. I love to dress up. I love to, so I love all this matching and wearing a lot of earrings and matching shoes and a lot of all of that. So I realized that what makes a woman the happiest is maybe when she buys a new dress or she wears it and she goes it and she gets so many compliments for it. So I really wanted to do something which makes me happy and makes a lot of people happy, and I had the flair and the taste for it. I belong to a Kutchi Gujarati Muslim family, and our bloodline is been clothing, and so I was born into a family which was into business and clothing. and I got married into a family which thankfully was again into clothing and business.
nice.
So it was like, you, as you say, being trained from childhood. It was like that. So I picked up limited edition. Not that it didn't have its challenges, it had loads of challenges. So limited edition I started in about 2007, and I picked up a small space, and I said I want to do my own stuff, and everybody around me was like, why? You have it all, and why would you want to like start something new now? So I was like, no, I have a lot of creativity. I want to create something, and in the process I knew that I would be and I really wanted to be a change also. I wanted to do something which where I could provide labor, more opportunities to a lot of people who needed work and needed jobs. And so limited edition was maybe because I really wanted to give back the society for what it had given me. Bangalore is my life. The city is my life, and the city has given me so much. This country has given me so much, and I wanted to, in my small ways, maybe give back to the society. Provide labor, provide employment for a lot of people, and we have so much heritage of culture, fabrics, weaves, kanchi weaves to the shiburis. I really wanted to provide a weaver upliftment. I wanted to make a change and introduce and maybe revive old cultures and traditions and fabrics in my work. As I was telling you, this country has such a rich heritage of fabrics which is for so many generations, and I really wanted to do something with it. I really wanted to use what is out there, the artisans, the weavers, the zardozis, the ari embroideries, the different kinds of work, and I really wanted to do something different with it. Something which helps them. And I have worked a lot with a lot of women organizations. We source out a lot of embroidery work from them, which we utilize into our work. We work with a lot of women weavers, women who actually make clothing in their homes.
Nice.
So we do a lot of all of that. Over I think 11-12 years of limited edition.
Tell us about your limited edition.
Limited edition, as I was mentioning to you, Mansa, it has given me so much. It has not only made me an entrepreneur, it has made me balance so many things into my life. Being a woman, I feel, is the most beautiful but the most difficult job.
Yeah.
It's like you have to have so many roles that you play. By birth, you play as a daughter, as a sister, and then you become a wife, and then you become a daughter-in-law, and then you become a mother, and then on the top of that, it's already quite a complicated chock-a-block life for a woman.
Yeah.
We have so many roles, and on the top of that, you go ahead and you become an entrepreneur. And then what happens is, as I was telling you earlier, right, I would be the last person to walk into a PTA meeting and the first person to leave. And I would always have this guilt, like when my child was sick and she wasn't feeling well, actually leave her when she was sick and she was burning with fever, and go to work and all of that. It used to be very, very difficult. But over a period, I've realized that being an entrepreneur teaches you how to handle the other aspects of your life much better.
Yeah.
You learn how to organize your day. You just set everything, and you just give 200% more. Initially it's very difficult. It's not easy at all. But over a period of being an entrepreneur for about 15-20 years, you just learn that you have to do what you have to do. And limited edition has taught me so much. Limited edition has given me the strength, it has given me the confidence, not to mention the money. So it has that's so important. So
Very confidential.
yes, so it gives you money also. That's one of the most important things of, along with it, it brings its daily stress and running of company. But said that, I wouldn't trade it for anything else. I would tell all the women out there that
Full of your parents in your achievements now.
see, every child, when she's born, every parent, they do the best possible for that child. Even they sacrifice their interests, their needs, and it just becomes, the child becomes their priority. So I was the older one, and I have two younger brothers who are like a couple of years younger to me, Sameer and Zameer. And we were the three, but I was the princess of the house because I was the only daughter, and I was the first one, and I was spoiled. I was really spoiled because I was born where I had two younger brothers who treated me like a princess, and a dad, and daughters are dad's favorite. So I was the favorite. So I was given everything. My schooling was in Bishop Cotton Girls' School, where I passed out of the 10th, and I did my 11th and 12th with them. When I was doing my 12th, a family proposal came of a boy that we knew very well. So then they said, chalo, no problem, at that time girls got married early, and especially Muslim girls. So so they said, okay, fine, my gosh, girls don't go to college and all of that, and the proposal is really nice and the boy is really nice. So anyway, which was marriage happened. But I think what was really nice for me was I really refused to fit into that mold of a traditional Muslim girl getting married and having babies and settling down. I didn't want that for me. So I started finishing my studies after my marriage. I finished my degree with Anna Malay, and as I was telling you, I for a bit tried my hand with speech therapy and audiometry, because I really wanted to teach special children with special needs. But I realized that what made me the most happiest was clothes, and what made me the most happiest was dressing up, and what made me happy was all of that. So I picked up a course in IIFT, which was Indian Institute of Fashion Technology, and I did a fabric course with them, and then I did a design course with them. Then I started limited edition, and it has been the best decision that I could have made so far. And all of this couldn't have happened without the support of my family, my friends, my loved ones, and I should especially say my two daughters. They have contributed a lot on it. Arzu is 21, Afra is 17, and they both have taught me so much. I have grown so much as a human being, and I have grown so much as a mother because of them. They have taught me to be selfless. They have taught me not to tear my hair apart when I really want to sometimes tear it apart. They have so given me everything. I mean, like, it wasn't easy. It has been a long journey. When I just look back and I'm like, how the hell did I even do this? So if you tell me to do it all over again, yes, I would gladly do it all over again. Wasn't an easy journey, but I'm okay about doing it all over again.
Nice.
Yeah. See, when I got married, I was hardly 18. Okay, and at that moment, when you do not get the right support, you do not get somebody who encourages you. If you do not get somebody at that time who lets you spread your wings, then you can never go on. And for me, I was lucky in that way, because he was a businessman and he wanted a wife who would walk with him in every step that he took. In fact, he never wanted a wife who would sit at home and who would take care of his kids and all of that. He really wanted a wife who would match his step to step, who would help him out in his business, who would support him in everything that he does. And he was very encouraging. He was very, very encouraging. And for a woman, that is so important.
Yeah, I'm sure.
It is so very, very, very important. Yeah, at the end of the day, if you really do not have the capability, then nobody can give you the capability. But yes, if you have the capability and you get the support, then a woman can do wonders. And he realized that I had a lot of talent, and that actually I wouldn't be happy sitting at home. And he knew that, I think that that this girl wouldn't actually like to sit at home and a lot of all of that. So he made a very smart decision. Otherwise he would have a lot of problems, because I had that spirit. I really didn't want to. There is nothing wrong in homemakers. I think my mother was a homemaker and she was an amazing homemaker. And when women in anything that they choose to be, they just decide to be stay-at-home mothers, or they decide to be anything, they give 200% of it. Like so it's not that I do not appreciate homemakers. In fact, I think that's the most difficult job of it all, because I saw my mother being at home homemaker and always being there for us, and that's believe me, a much more difficult job sometimes I feel than being an entrepreneur, because in entrepreneurs you're appreciated like you people are appreciating me, but in homemakers you just think it's a woman's job that every woman is supposed to do, and your biggest thing in that is making sure that everybody is so well taken care of, and a lot of all of that.
Yeah.
So I think support of your spouses, your fathers, your brothers, and the men in your life is so important. But saying that, I can even say that after a certain amount of time, the women in your life become your biggest support system, like your mothers and your mother-in-laws and your friends, when they encourage you, when they stand by you. And I don't know why people say that women can never be women's friends. My bestest of friends have been women, and they are the biggest support in my life today. I mean, like my girl gang friends, like we root for them all the time. We are like we're all the time calling each other, and we are like what this, what that, and stuff like that. And my daughters now, they both are girls, and they have become my biggest pillar of support. I can just so tell them anything. I can so confide in them. I can ask them. In fact, my daughter has just started a business, and we discuss so much of work. In fact, I ask her advice in so many things now, because she is the new upcoming millennial generation, and they know so much more than you know. So I ask her all the time for advice. I ask her, excuse me, do you think this dress is going to work, or this is not going to work, or is this into fashion or not into fashion? So fashion has just become so important a part of my life. Dressing beautiful women and seeing them wear it and look so beautiful in it. It's the most beautiful feeling to create something so beautiful.
How do you balance your family and the business at a time?
Mansa, believe me, okay, when I'm actually telling you this, I am really not exaggerating. Sometimes I am into a PTA meeting and then I have to come back to work, and I am sitting in a PTA meeting and I am actually hoping that my client is late. Okay, or the fact is I am like, oh gosh, sometimes it just becomes so difficult handling a family and being an entrepreneur. It is like with an entrepreneur you're onto a full-time job. Okay, you are always fighting fire. You always have something that you go to work and something is just not right there. You have, like in my work, I have tailors, hand embroiders. We employ a lot of labor from the market, like dyers and a lot of all of that. So it so happens that when I go to work every morning, there is something which requires me to take over somebody's job. Okay, it'll be somebody who would have messed something that I have to set right, or somebody has just decided to take a day off, or something that I have told hasn't been done right. So every morning I reach work, when actually a lot of people tell me to come for a lunch or whatever, the first thing I say is it's a work day, and please don't invite me for lunches, because of the simple fact is I do not know how my day is going to be when I reach over there. Okay, for all you know, I might just seem to have a very fine day and I reach work and I have a frantic call from work. I am anywhere, I'm getting these frantic calls. This happened, that happened, the dyer has not delivered, the hand embroider hasn't got the swatch right, and the coloring of it hasn't come properly, or my master has just decided to take a day off, and I have clients who just and you know how handling women is, it's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so I get weird messages at all time of the day and the nights. I'm sitting with a family dinner and I have a client who's like, I am not happy with this, the way it's gone. And I am sitting and either not picking up a call because I'm in a family dinner, and then I have to excuse with my family dinner, and I just go out and I tell this client, do not worry, we'll sort it out. And I have to cool her down. And then I come back and I have in the family, everybody looks at my face and says, yeah, she thinks she's the only busy person, kind of a thing. Yeah, it's all been there. And I remember one incident very funny that I have to share it with you. This was Arzu's school, my older one's school. She was in Bishop Cotton's, and she had played a prank in the school. And I'm a Cottonian too, and both my daughters are Cottonians too. So every time she was a very mischievous child. She would get into trouble all the time. And as an entrepreneur, it was so difficult for me to handle a child who was this prank playing all the time. And I would get calls from the school all the time. The teacher needs to meet you. The principal needs to meet you. So I sat Arzu down one day and I said, please make sure that I do not get any more calls from the school, because you really need to understand that I'm a working mom. So she played a prank, and the teacher told her I'm going to call your mom. So she said, my mother is a very busy lady. She doesn't have the time to come to school. So she's told me to tell you not to call her. Okay, so the teacher calls me up and says that you need to come to the school, and I come to the school and she's like, what did your child say? Your child says that do whatever you want, but do not call my mom, because my mom is a very busy lady and she's told me to tell you this. It was really funny, and the teacher gave me this look like seriously a look, seriously a very strong look. Yeah, so all that happens. It's a part and parcel of life, and all these enjoyable experiences happen. There are times that you are getting up in the morning and getting a child ready for work and ready to school, and you have to go to work, and you're trying to stuff the bread into the say, please, yaar, today I'm not making the rotis or packing your tiffin. Please, can you have bread today? So yeah, I think that's all a part that every entrepreneur woman will tell you this. You know that we all have these big bags where we dump school reports to everything, because you don't know from where are you going where. You know, so we just have a car which is full of everything that we want through our day, because you exactly don't know where are you going to go from where to where. You know, you might be at a client meeting, and post that you might have to just go with your husband or your thing to a family dinner or lunch, or you might have to take a kid to a birthday party. So your car is full of everything that you want. I think I can practically live in my car. There'll be shoes, there'll be bags, there'll be like purses, and everything's strewn in my car, because and you never know what your child wants to do. Okay, so for all you know, it might be like so many things. Okay, so it's a fun journey, Mansa. I would being a woman is the most beautiful feeling in the world, and being a mother is a more beautiful feeling, and being an entrepreneur just gives you the confidence, and
How do you maintain your health in this busy schedule, as you said?
Mansa, if you can see, I'm perfectly fit.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You look so young.
yeah, so that's what the compliment that you've given me, and I'm so happy about it. But I think for a woman to be healthy is so important, because number one, we go through a childbirth, you know, plus every month we go through our cycles,
Yeah.
plus our body starts slowing down after your 30 years, and then you're heading towards menopause when you're 45 plus.
Yeah.
And all of that is so important for you to know that being healthy just becomes an attitude and way of life. And from school days, I have been an athlete. I was into your Karnataka Sports Authority of India. So I used to be a high jumper with them, and I think there are a lot of records in Bishop Cotton's still today which I hold. And I used to always love sports and running and athletics and basketball and a lot of all of that. And I continued having that lifestyle post my marriage, post my pregnancies, post my babies, until today. I tend to eat very healthy. A lot of my friends would tell you this if you meet them, that you know, they keep on telling me how I do it, and they know I maintain a very healthy lifestyle. I socialize a lot. I go out a lot, and we do a lot of things. But I know that when I'm stepping out, I would have eaten my dinner by 7:30. That for sure I eat. And as everybody will tell you, have a good breakfast, have a light lunch, and have like a dinner like a pauper, which I completely agree. Have a good, heavy, healthy breakfast. Have a nice lunch which is cooked at your home, which is, I think, our house food is one of the most healthiest.
Yeah.
I think eating outside food is what I don't recommend at all, completely. I think our generations of people knew what has to be eaten, because if you can look at our mothers, they've got such beautiful skin, beautiful hair, even till today, you know, and we all have to go through 5,000 different cosmetics to maintain our skin and bodies, and go to the gyms and go through diets and a lot of all of that. I so completely believe that eating right and eating on time and exercising to a certain degree takes care of everything in your life. That's what I tell everybody that you know, who come and ask me for health tips. I always tell them that eat what you want, eat it in moderation, eat your home cooked food, eat what your mothers make, because that's like the most healthiest of it all. And stop eating at about 7:30. Do not eat, overeat, do not overindulge. Regime your life, discipline your life. Once you bring a discipline in everything in your life, I think life just sorts out in every aspect. I think it's so important. Discipline is the most important thing in everybody's lives. I think once you discipline yourself and once it becomes a way of life, and once you inculcate fitness and good eating and everything, it shows on your physical health, but it shows on your mental health too. It's so very important, so very important.
Importance of girls' education.
Mansa, I completely and totally think girls should be educated, because I think the opportunities that I got and what I have become, it's all because of the education which was provided to me. You know, I wouldn't be what I am today without education. And as I told you, I got married when I was 18, and then I picked up my studies again and I completed my degree. So you can imagine how important it was for me, you know, and I thank my parents for everything that they have done, you know, because I belong to a generation where the education for girls wasn't as important as it is now. Now every parent wants to educate the girl, give them the future. But the generation that I was born in, I'm a 75 born, so at that time parents just wanted the children to get married, the girls to get married, learn how to cook and clean and a lot of all of that, and be happy wives. But my parents didn't. My dad and my mother, she was a teacher, and she really understood the importance of education, and she really wanted her daughter to be as educated, and I was given equal opportunities than everyone, you know. So they never differentiated between girls and boys. I think education is so important. It teaches you so much. It gives you so much confidence. You can. I mean, like, the world has gone where, yaar, Mansa. You can do so much. Women are doctors, engineers, entrepreneurs, scientists. You know, and all that cannot be achieved if they don't know there is a world out there, and education shows you there is a world out there. It shows you, you know, what can be done, what do you want to do, and by far I think education is the best thing that you could give a child, your own child, somebody else's child, and so on and so forth.
We'll play small rapid fire.
Yeah, sure, I love it. This has been such a nice evening with you, man. Seriously, it has been such a fun evening. I've had like a real nice time getting to know you. We've had a conversation before, and you started, and and we've been coordinating the last couple of days, and thank you so much. Thank you. Seriously, thank you.
We'll play a small game.
Yeah, tell me.
Bangalore.
My life.
Food.
Idli any day.
Husband.
Life partner.
Family.
My holy grail.
Friends.
My lifelines.
Limited edition.
My sanity. Seriously, without it I would just go mad, you know, I would seriously go mad.
Your dream.
My dream is much smaller. It is not as a huge dream. My dream is to see this country change, you know. So I'm very politically involved. So I really look at the political scene in the country today, and I just wish it would change.
How do you want to change now?
I just believe that.
You imagine something and tell us.
Okay, see, for me, I think religion is personal, and I have friends, like we all are Indians, so we all are so lucky to be born in a country that you have so many religions, so many different cultures, so many different languages, so many different people, you know. So for me, I think the harmony and the unity of this country is so important. I grew up as a child having uncles and aunties and celebrating all the festivals and a lot of all of that. I just wish that religion in this country takes a back seat, and humanity and culture takes a forefront. that is my dream. That all my friends will tell you that that's my dream for this country. That we all are happy and all of that. Yeah, that's my dream.
ವೀಕ್ಷಕರೇ, ಇವತ್ತು ಬಹಳನೇ ಒಂದು ತುಂಬ ಏನಂತಾರೆ, ನನ್ನ ಒಂದು ಅನೇಕ ಸಂದರ್ಶನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆದರೆ ಇದು ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿರೋ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸಂದರ್ಶನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಯೂನಿಕ್ ಆದಂತಹ ಒಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಶನ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಸಂದರ್ಶನದ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇಬ್ಬರು ಉದ್ಯಮಿಗಳು ಸಿಗ್ತಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ಕುಟುಂಬವನ್ನು ನಾವು ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ತಂದೆ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಯಾಗಿದ್ದಾಗ ಮಗ ಉದ್ಯಮಿ ಆಗೋದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಬಹಳ ಕಡೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಆದರೆ ತಾಯಿ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಯಾಗಿ ಮಗಳೂ ಕೂಡ ಉದ್ಯಮಿಯಾಗಿರೋದು, ತಾಯಿಯ ದಾರಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಮಗಳು ಸಾಕ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ನಾನು ಬಹಳ ಕಮ್ಮಿ ನೋಡಿರೋದು. ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಇದನ್ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಅದರಿಂದ ತಾಯಿಯವರು ತನ್ನ ಮಗಳಿಗೆ ಈ ಉದ್ಯಮದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆಳೆಯೋದಕ್ಕೆ ನೀಡಿದ ಪ್ರೋತ್ಸಾಹದ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ನಾನು ತಿಳಿಸಲೇ ಕೊಡಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಡಿಸೈಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇವತ್ತು ನಾನು ಆರ್ಜು ಸೇಠ್ ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ತಮಗೆ ಸಂದರ್ಶಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
Thank you, sir.
Big thank you for Vakta Ganapathy to have me today. So I wanted to talk to you about my mother's contribution in my life. She has been a constant, surprisingly. She's been a rock. As a kid, while growing up, I wasn't as thankful and I wasn't as grateful to everything that she did, because I was a kid. Like I said, I didn't understand how difficult it was to be a woman and how difficult it was to stand up for what you like. But now that I am what I am because of her, and now that I'm working in this industry, we work in the same industry, and now that I'm a woman entrepreneur and I have my own store, I can definitely see the difficulties of just being a woman and being a mother. I couldn't do it. It is a very difficult job. If I was her, I could definitely not pull off what she does. And I hope to be half as good probably when I'm a mother. Quarter. I hope to be half as good actually
Quarter.
when I'm a mother in the future, to like run a store as well as be there for my kids and be there for my husband and just be a total package. Because now I realize how difficult it is. As a kid I didn't and I wasn't as grateful, but now I realize what a difficult job being a mother is and being an entrepreneur at the same time is, to just be there for your kids 24/7 as well as be independent, make your own money.
Let me cut you here. I learned a lot from you also. You know that. You have taught me a lot too on the way, and we from the right, we had this highly imbibing relationship.
Yeah.
We would always fight it, but we always knew that we respected each other.
Yeah,
I would just back off when she would say just like just ma. So I would back off.
She's like partly mother, partly best friend. She's someone I would go to for with all my problems,
Yeah.
related to work, related to friends, related to family. She's just like been my rock, and especially over the last 2-3 years, our relationship has grown into like this beautiful, more of a friendship, and someone I would always turn to more than anything, which is so nice to know that tomorrow if you fall back, your mother is going to be there to have your back. That is just a beautiful thing, which I think this is a relationship everyone should have with their mother, and I've been lucky enough to share this with her. It's been amazing.
It has been an amazing journey. That's what I was telling. I knew that when I held you in my arms, it wouldn't be easy, but I wouldn't trade it for anything else. Yeah, it is one of the most beautiful feelings. As she said, initially, like those initial years when all the mothers were sitting in PTA meetings and packing the tiffin boxes and all of that, I was running pillar to post, starting and working and running a company, and all the challenges that came with it. Initially, we would have her throwing a lot of temper tantrums at me.
Yeah.
and tell me you're never there, and look at this mother and that mother. And today I think when you really stand up for what you believe in, you bring such strong people up. So I would tell all the women out there, yes, being mothers is the most awesome feeling in the world, but you need to do something for yourself also. And when you start standing up for yourself and respecting yourself, then your byproduct is stronger, better, and children. Yeah.
Because my mother stood up for herself and stood up for everything that she believed in, and nobody believed in her career but her. And today it's the same with me, because she's been like that and she stood up for herself. That's given me the confidence to be myself and to pursue what I truly believe in. So it is definite that I am what I am because of my mother and because of everything she's done and everything she sacrificed. And yeah, I think all you mothers out there should share the same, or at least hope to share the same relationship with your sons or daughters, because it is just amazing to be there for them and to support them in everything that they want to do.
Yeah, if you don't stand up, nobody else will, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Last golden touch.
Okay.
How she helped to set up that.
Okay.
That was very important.
Okay. Hey guys, I'm Husna Sait, and I'm a couturer. I run my own studio on Commercial Street called Golden Touch Couture, by the name of Golden Touch Couture. When I started my journey in fashion and in design, one of the main people who supported me through it was obviously my family, and mainly, if I have to say someone, it would obviously be my mother. One, because both of us had the same inclination towards fashion. So while growing up and when it came to like playing dress up, when I was like, I always turned to like my mom to style me, and we'd always do like these fun things together, like quirk up outfits. So yeah, design was in my blood. And when I started Golden Touch Couture, before I started it rather, I pursued my graduation in fashion styling at Istituto Marangoni, and one of the main people who supported me through university and through all my ideas, like
an expensive education, I should say.
And when it came to like, generation of ideas and stuff like that, I would always call my mom up. I would always share my assignments with her. I would always turn to her for my second opinion when it came to like designing stuff or working towards a project.
Likewise. Like even if I need to go out today, then also I would like, do you think this looks good or this looks good?
Yeah. I would do the same. Like I have to, like currently I'm working on a project for this event held at Taj West End, and I took the pieces and I showed it to my mom, and I asked her how she would style it, and then I put in my ideas. So it's always been fun to work.
But Golden Touch has taught you much, also, sweetheart. It has taught you so much.
It has definitely changed me as a person. It's been highs and lows. I have traveled quite a bit. Before, around India, I never got to travel that much. But because of my store, I went traveling to these little villages in India to look for the perfect karigars. So it has taught me a lot.
You were in Farrukhabad, right?
Yeah, I went to Farrukhabad. I've been to Baroda. I've been to places down south, places in Surat, where I've seen sweatshops, where I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about materials, fabrics. Also, most of my karigars that work for me work out of these places. So I've found the perfect karigars and I've put in my 100% into this. And yeah, it's turned out to be surprisingly really good, because it is one of the best stores on Commercial Street right now. And yeah, it's been surprising how, so my Golden Touch anniversary, it's been it's going to be a year
now,
since we started it. And yeah, I'm so happy with how it's come off.
Yeah, we all are so proud of seeing these young new entrepreneurs, and especially girls.
Yeah.
It's